Greetings, cousins, and happy Great Migration Centennial to you and yours. I'm Naomi Davis, and as many of you know, I come from white gloves and mud. Proud granddaughter of Mississippi sharecroppers who, like millions of other African Americans, waved a bittersweet goodbye to the brave travelers who made their way up south for freedom and economic opportunity. And like many millions more in my generation today, the most privileged generation of African American children in history, I owe my all to honor their sacrifice. And so in this spirit, we forge new bonds across the bounds of race and class, remembering the blood shed, the shame suffered, the triumph against all odds, and the ever-continuing crimes against our humanity. As the founder of BIG, Blacks in Green, I'm greeting you here from the inaugural garden of our West Woodlawn Botanic Garden and Village Farm Initiative, where we ask and are in the process of answering 4 questions. How many households could we feed? How many neighbors could we train and engage? How many jobs or businesses could we create and sustain? And how many gallons of stormwater could we divert? Here is where we embody and implement the 8 principles of green village building, where we embody and implement Chicago's Green Healthy Land Use Plan, where we embody and implement the very best practices and innovations of sustainable community economic development. We're determined to make new meaning from today's morbid messages to and about us. Here, in the age of cultural and climate crisis, we're creating new rules and a higher way forward in the redevelopment of the Black community, answering the mandate of emergency, creating a new promise to our ancestors, and keeping that promise here in this new promised land. Okay, so what's the new promised land? It's the reckoning of what's honestly owed to African Americans who have for centuries been systematically and with cover of authority denied, based on our race, the same opportunities, access, and protections to land routinely afforded to our European cousins. And worse than that, the ongoing lack of equity, the absence of a moral constraint, or any measure of ethics in business, African Americans have been repeatedly targeted for judicial and extrajudicial taking of our land. Our Black farmers of the 1900s are just one example. Our homeowners of the 2000s, another profound example. So to begin to right the wrongs, level the playing field, and build a new platform for elevating the community wealth of African Americans here in the age of climate crisis, Blacks in Green offers a uniquely focused response. We call it the local living economy as greenhouse gas reduction strategy. Our vision is self-sustaining Black communities everywhere. Our mission is the city of villages, where every household can walk to work, walk to shop, walk to learn, and walk to play, and where community wealth circulates within to fertilize the interests of neighbors. This kind of sustainability measured 1 square mile at a time is focused on an increase in household income of present residents. And this is the metric of the first economy, the home economy. So here we are sending a message to our beloved President and First Lady and to the Obama Foundation. We're repeating our joyous acceptance of your commitment to drive the restoration of the Black middle class. We are your ready partners here in our pilot community of West Woodlawn and in communities so much like it across America, where the focus of market forces, the forces of gentrification, or what we call wealth disparity displacement, have ravaged African American legacy communities like this one. To the University of Chicago, we are your ready partners in building the capacity of neighbors to own, develop, manage property in their community, which we all know and fully understand is a major source of family wealth building and hedge against displacement. To the City of Chicago, we thank you for your $1 large lot program and implore you to continue and expand it. along with citywide community benefits ordinance and other policy changes and financing options that are critical to the advancement of our interests. We also encourage you, City of Chicago, to work with us at accelerating the rate at which neighbor-owned businesses are created and sustained. This is fundamental to the well-being and the stability of our community. And to all our allies in this new time, we're ready partners in making this the age of the neighbor investor, where we are owners of the real estate and the businesses in the places where we live, once again, and live the conservation lifestyle, the beautiful life. All of this is going to stabilize our communities and keep a promise too long deferred. Blacks in Green promises to keep doing our part, creating a green infrastructure with our cistern-based stormwater management plan, sustainable food production with our emerging community and backyard gardens, housing innovations with our upcoming urban homestead housing styles. This is green, new construction, affordable to the Black middle class. Preservation of place with our abandoned home renovation plans and our musicals and story circles and ways to help us love the places where we are and the people who we are. And cultivating the commercial corridor. Yes, 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 we just planted 45 trees on 61st Street as part of the 61st Street Tree Canopy Initiative, which we launched last year at Woodlawn Summit. Yes, and open space with our proposed 16 Great Migration Centennial Gardens of West Woodlawn, and also a manufacturing proposal too. More on that later. To our cousins in the African diaspora, hear me. We are calling our children home. Calling you home to West Woodlawn and to the full spectrum of our Great Migration legacy communities across this country, where our ancestors landed, loved, lived, and gave their all to build the cities we've called great. We thank you for joining us in this noble and necessary endeavor. We visit you from the state of mind called love and persistence. And we're big because you are. Thanks, Granny.